tell you something. Look it, man. I've been an Atlanta fan for 45 years.
Late night vibes, we're turning up the heat. T-Will on the mic, can't accept defeat. My ATL sports show, he's running the game. Atlanta Falcons fly high, you know the name. In the heart of the A, where the pride runs deep. From the Braves to the Falcons, he's keeping it real, no sleep. He's got the scoop, every player, every play. Bringing the thunder every single day. T-Will, shining bright on the airwaves, bringing sports tonight. Atlanta heart, with a soul so free. My ATL sports show, it's the place to be.
Falcon fans, ATL sports fans. What's going on, everybody? It's the Monday Night Express with your host T-Will and my guy LBB, also known as Eric Parker. How you doing tonight, sir? All well?
Chilling, doing pretty good.
All right, man. All right. Good to see you. Smooth C says T-Will, shining bright. I hear that. How was your weekend, brother?
It was great. Okay. Parlay hit yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not going to ask you how much you made, but you're in a good mood, so I'm guessing it's a good little amount.
Oh yeah, I got to spend 100,000 on nothing.
Oh man, we got Jordan Burton, my guy Jordan Burton in the building. George says, "Yo, what's going on?
Yo, what's good, Jordan?
Doing tonight, brother? Hopefully all is well. My guy Jordan is in the building. All right."
Yeah. We that. I meant to bring my broom.
We that for real.
Next time, bring my broom just for Jordan the next time.
Yeah, Jordan, we're gonna bring the broom for you, buddy. So hey, man, let's get into it. Kevin Stefanski says the quarterback position will be a competition. Now, do you think he means competition like competition? Or Eric, do you think he means competition like a real life competition? Give me your thoughts.
I think everybody's taking that out of context. I think he just didn't want to answer that question. I think he's just basically saying that the whole team is competing because he even went after that. Well, I didn't hear Stefanski. I'm thinking about what Ian said. I didn't see what Stefanski said, so maybe he did mean it like that. But I know when Ian said it kind of took me like he didn't want to answer the question. Like he was just saying like the whole team is there to compete, which is true with anybody that's playing football. They're competing. So that's what it sounded like to me, like they're tired of answering that question. So they're just gonna throw the competing thing out there instead of saying, yeah, he's starting, or there's going to be a battle for the quarterback position. That's not being said. It's the word competing, and the whole team is competing. So I didn't, like I said, I didn't hear him say it, but to me, them saying competing, that's what that means to me. The whole team is competing. Bijan is going to compete. Is he competing for the starting job? Not, but he's going to compete.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. We got Mr. Jack Spade in the building. You know what? Let me get it right. All right. There's my guy Smooth C. T-Will shining bright. Jordan Bird says, yo. One time for the fan, Jack Spade says, what's up, y'all? What it do, Jack? How you doing, man? Hopefully.
One more, man. Grass get high out there, bro. When you coming through?
Oh, Jack. Oh, Jack, man. Georgia, Texas boy says, what up, T-Will, EP, and Falcons family? The new era is here. What it do, Georgia, Texas boy?
It's good.
Jack is very disappointed in you. He says, very disappointed to get complaints from my neighbors about you not wearing your uniform when handling the cocoa bean shells. and organic mulch, Eric. Next time you will be removed from the job. Oh wow. Oh man. Okay. All right, man. Let's get into this Falcons roster. So of course we got MPJ, we got Tua Tagovailoa, and we got Trevor Siemian. Eric, do you think that Trevor Siemian, if called upon, can at least keep us above water? You know, we know the injury histories of Michael Penix Jr. We know Tua Tagovailoa and his injury, Tagovailoa. We know his injury history. Do you think Trevor can keep us afloat if, God forbid, there is an injury to both?
Afloat is, man. I
Let's
don't
say
think he's starting quarterback caliber, but I mean he's an NFL quarterback, so
okay.
He's capable of
Let me put it this way: do you think he could be a game manager?
a game man. I see now that to me. I kind of look at that when you say game manager. Tom Brady was the elite game manager to me. Tom Brady's the like I kind of take what I don't know if you ever saw Cam speak on the game management thing when who was that? I think he called Jalen Hurts
Brad Johnson. He called Brad Johnson. He was in an interview with Warren Sapp, and Warren got pissed about it.
He was a game manager though. He's not a game changer. Michael Vick was a game changer. Cam was a game changer. They're going to call their number. Lamar Jackson, game changer. They're going to call their number when it's 4-for-1. I need you to go make it happen, not just to throw the ball to somebody else to make it happen. I need you to go use your legs, go use your magic, go make that happen.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a lot of game changers at that position. I think most quarterbacks are game managers, but that's what they're supposed to do. I think that word is being thrown out, and it sounds like it's a bad thing. But I don't think that's. I think that's what you're supposed to do. I think that you are supposed to be a game manager. Now you have elite game managers. I think Tom Brady was the best at it. I think he was an elite game manager. But
I can't call Tom Brady game manager, man. Maybe early in his career, maybe Super Bowl 1, potentially 2, but when you get to those last, Brady was a GOAT. Brady was a GOAT.
Yeah, he was the greatest of all times at managing the game. That's what they're doing at quarterback. You disagreeing with it because you like the word game manager to mean something bad. The word game manager does not mean nothing bad. And stop interrupting me and let me finish what I'm saying. The word game manager to me does not mean what it means to you. To you, you're saying, nah, he's not a game manager, but that's what that position is. It's you're supposed to manage the game. All quarterbacks are they're supposed to manage the game.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you finish, then I'm gonna give you my definition, okay?
I know what your definition is. It's the bad definition that everybody else has come up with for game manager.
I still have the right to express it though, so go ahead.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so when I hear game manager, what that says to me is your job is to just not turn it over. Whether we win or lose is going to be either on the running game or the defense, but your job is to just do enough to not turn it over and not lose it. Okay. Now, what's Brad Johnson? I agree with you, 100% game manager. But Tom Brady, those last 3 Super Bowls, Tom Brady could tell you where the player was going to be, what play they were going to run. Nah, I can't. I can't say that he is. If you want to say Brad Johnson was, fine. I got no issue with that. But Tom Brady is arguably
is telling you what the play is going to be, what player are going to run. Is that not managing the game? Is this dude just popping up out of nowhere?
No, it's not managing the game. What up, Jack Spade? You got Jack
Hey,
Spade in
what's
the house
good?
with us tonight. What's going on, Jack? How you doing?
What's going on, y'all? Coolin', coolin'. Hope everything's going well tonight. Hope everybody's having a good, nice little Monday. Jersey new uniform release coming up this week, so we just cooling, man.
You sound tired. You've been washing a lot of cars.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm
Okay. Shots being fired early.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm just hoping the business is going well. It wasn't a shot. Nah, what's good, man?
Oh, wait a minute. Oh
I
boy,
actually been
Jack.
so tired, man. Haven't been up on my game to even have a good little comeback for that, Eric. You might get the point for that one.
This,
You get the point.
this man done worked so hard, man. Eric, he said he can't go back and forth with you with your answer. Well, wait. Jordan agrees with you, Eric, but hang tight, man. Let's greet Mr. Cowboy. Cowboy, what's going on, man? We got Atlanta Falcons pandemic in the building. What's good, brother?
Good.
Will and Eric. And hey, man, we got all these content creators in here, man. We got Georgia, Texas Boy Speaks. If you've not checked them out, come check them out. Of course, we got One Time for the Fan in the building. And if you don't know now, you know you need to go check them out. And we got Atlanta Falcons Pandemic, Cowboy, great show, great content. Hey, man, check them out. Like, share, and subscribe to all those channels and content creators, and they do a great job. Now, let's get to Jordan's comment. Jordan says, Tom definitely was a game manager, but that's not a bad thing. He was the best at that. Whatever, Jordan.
Exactly.
Whatever.
It's because of your definition of game manager is basically saying he's the statue that's going to hand the ball off. That's not what the game manager is. Managing the game. You think that's all a manager does? Well, you can take it out of football and put a manager in anything. The manager is usually the best at everything. They know everything. They know how to run everything. It's only when you get to football where you call where people are calling a manager like somebody that, like you said, just don't turn the ball over, just don't mess it up. That's not what a manager is. In any other profession, a manager is one of the top people. This is the person that you're looking for to lead everybody.
In any other profession, you're right, but the context in this profession, the context.
That's still what we're saying. You just wanted to mean that.
No, that's what the context
he's not
means.
managing the game.
That's what when you
So
say
the quarterback ain't the leader.
When you say game manager, right? Because I didn't make up this term, Eric.
So the quarterback ain't the leader.
I didn't make up this term, Eric.
Stop trying to tell me about the term and answer the question.
Is the quarterback
the leader?
Cut me off.
Is the quarterback the leader?
This is what I'm saying. And you're not
gonna go. You already said it though. We know that part. What you think?
You're not gonna determine what I say.
All right, go ahead. And then I'm gonna ask you the same question again because you're gonna say the same thing again. Go ahead.
Here's what I'm saying. In the context of that statement, when somebody says he's a game manager, they're implying that this quarterback is not as good as other quarterbacks as passing or discerning defenses or whatever. So just don't make a mistake. Do what we ask you to do. Stay within the script. Don't improvise. And bottom line, we're not going to put the game in your hands when it matters. That is the context in which I have understood game manager in my 55 years on this planet. Now, what you take it for and what Jordan take it for, and there's no wrong answer, Eric. There's no wrong answer. Okay? I'm just saying the context, the way that it has been explained, the way that if you watch these pundits on these TV shows and or podcasts, when they say game manager, they're basically saying, look, dude, don't screw it up for us. We understand that you're not Tom Brady. We understand that you're not the standard. We understand that you're not Pat Mahomes. Just don't screw it up for us. Okay? Jack, let me ask you this. While my brother and I are arguing, which we're not arguing, it's just what we do. Jack, give me your definition of a game manager. Jack, you awake? Oh, shit.
Jack sleep over there.
Scared Jack away, Eric. Damn it. Jack, you there?
No. I'll give me like 2 seconds. I'm trying to just handle something real quick. Just give me 2 seconds.
It's all good, bro. Go ahead. Do your thing. All right.
Now
Offense.
back to what I was saying
Right.
before you repeat it again. You already said that. Exactly what you just said. You just wanted to put emphasis on it, like we didn't know what everybody else meant by game manager. Everybody else has been alive more than 2 minutes too, Terry.
I
We've
said
all heard the
55 years.
definition.
I ain't
We've
said
all
two
heard the
minutes.
definition of game manager that is wrong. What is a manager?
Oh
Is the
my God.
manager not a leader? Is the manager in
Yeah.
anything not the leader? Is the quarterback not a leader?
There are leaders and then there are
Is
leaders.
the quarterback not a leader?
Of course he should
So
be.
is he not managing if he's leading the offense?
Context
Is
there.
he not
Context.
managing if he I don't care
Context.
about context. Answer
Okay.
the question. Is he not managing if he's leading the offense?
Let me ask you a question.
No, don't answer question.
Okay.
Answer the question.
Yes, he
Why
is.
why do you refuse to answer the question?
I just answered it. Yes, he is.
Okay, so and where he's leading, did you
Uh-huh.
decide to say he's not a manager?
Here's what I'm saying, and I'm saying context matters, right?
And I
If you
called him an elite manager. I didn't say he was sorry by any means necessary. No, he's not sorry. He's probably the
if
best to ever do it. But he's the best manager to ever do it. He's
if
still managing.
if you have Michael Penix in the game, right? And he's doing well or whatever. We win 3 games in a row, and then for whatever reason, he's got a minor injury, a minor thing. He's got to be out for 3 games. And we find that out at the end of the game that we won with Penix. In 7 days, we got another game. In 7 days, are you going to tell me that you're going to have the same expectations, right? Because Simeon would be the definition of a game manager. In other words, that game plan is going to be, hey, let's do a good job of running the ball. If we got to throw it, we throw it. But let's put the ball in. Let's put the game in Bijan and the running game's hands because Trevor Simeon is not Penix, is not Tua.
I mean, I think you guys are both right, but kind of on both sides of the different sides of the fence when you're talking about it. I mean, a game manager can just be whoever that quarterback is in at the time, who has to, make sure he's not only a leader on the field, but of course in the huddle, in the locker room, somebody who's going to be able to, move the chains at all times, and of course, have a very low turnover rate too as well, because he has to make an impact out there on the field. Now, the level of game managers that's out there in the NFL could different. Now, you have some that are Patrick Mahomes, some that are Jalen Hurts, some that are, Josh Allen and so on. But then you have your lower tier game managers of quarterbacks who, haven't really got that recognition out there because, they really haven't been elite status. But I think you guys are on the same page with it because you're talking about the quarterback position. We can't say the same for a linebacker. Can't say the same for a defensive tackle. Can't say the same for an offensive lineman. But if you put Michael Penix in the game and Penix is wheeling and dealing and he's 20 for 22 and he got 3 touchdowns and we're up, the 14 points in the third quarter. And even if he does go down and Tua comes in, well, now Tua becomes the game manager. So it's like for the quarterback position, it's very important that they're leaders. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Tua, you said it a lot of times, leaders of men
Right.
on and off the field, in the locker room, in the huddle. But for me, because the quarterback position is so key in the NFL, that's right up under the general manager, then the head coach, and then the quarterback. That's why I was kind of letting people know this before. I don't go from the head coach to the secondary. I don't go from the head coach to the wide receivers. I don't go from the head coach to defensive tackle. Right after the head coach and his coaching staff, it's the quarterback. That's the
Right.
biggest thing on the field. But that's just my take on it. I was over here making some food. My bad.
Okay,
Exactly.
it's all good.
It's kind of like if the manager at McDonald's gets sick, and then you bring in the assistant manager. They're still a manager. They just might not be as good as the manager that's there most of the time. They might not know everything that manager knows, but
Right.
they
So, and Eric
good
is definitely
manager.
right about that. Because the other day when I went by McDonald's and I saw Eric in the back, I was asking,
I knew it.
"Where's,
I knew it.
where's the
I knew it.
where's the manager on duty?" And he said, "It's me." And I was like, "Well, I ordered a medium fries. This is small. I didn't order the value meal." And he didn't let me use my points too. So I was very disappointed.
All right, let's let the chat decide. Chat, if you feel like Tom Brady, the GOAT, the greatest of all time, was a game manager, drop a 1 in the chat. If you feel like, no, he's the greatest of all time, and we put the game in his hands and he's going to win,
Nobody's saying he wasn't the greatest of all times, though. That's you throwing something else out there that has nothing to do with it. He is the greatest of all times, but he's the greatest game manager of all time. You trying to act like he's not managing the game, and he's absolutely managing the game. He's managing it at probably the best level ever. That's the thing. You just want that word to mean something else, but it has nothing to do with Tom Brady's greatness. It has nothing to do with another quarterback's greatness or how good or bad they are. They're all supposed to be leading the team. This is just like Jack just said. You don't go from head coach to the wide receiver. You don't go from head coach to the running back. You're going from head coach to the quarterback because he's the leader on the field. He's the manager on the field. How great he is at it has nothing to do with it.
So Nando agrees with you. He says 1. Jordan says Tom Brady's been both. So he's been, the guy that you put in his hands. You put the game in his hands. And he's also been a game manager. Peyton Manning, again, early in his career when he won his first Super Bowl ring, I would say would be a guy you put the game in his hands. When he won his last one, game manager. Just, hey, Peyton, just don't turn the ball over. We're good. This defense is going to dominate.
In between those Super Bowl rings, he was a game manager as soon as he stepped on the field, though. Like, people knew what Peyton Manning was cooking up every time he got out there. Very difficult to go and play against Peyton.
I guess for me, Jack, where we're disagreeing is, to me, when you say game manager, it implies that you cannot dominate. It implies that, hey, just don't screw it up. We're going to ask you to do very little. Okay, just don't screw it up. Let the running backs run. You know what I mean? And if you're not a game manager, hey, we expect you to come out and go throw for 355, 3 touchdowns. If it's 3rd and 5, the game is in your hands. If it's 4th,
that's what most people think when you say game manager. I agree with you on that.
Right.
That's what most people think when you say game manager. But I when I started talking, when you go back and watch this again, watch how when I started talking, I said that's not what that means to me.
Right.
I didn't say that's not what it should mean to you.
And when
I said that's not what game manager means to me. All quarterbacks are managing the game.
Here's what I'm saying. When you go back and watch this show, I need you to listen because I said this is what game manager means to me.
Shots fired.
There you go.
No, it's not.
All I'm saying.
You want it to be what it means to everybody. This is what it's been meaning since I was a seed in my dad's sack. This is what it's been meaning. That's what you did.
Whatever, man. Hey, let's get to this Falcons roster. Hold on. Let me. Oh man, the chat's going wild. Fandemic says, you're right, T. Will. Brady was just a dog. Fandemic says, this is why you see QBs go to the sideline at certain points of the game to confer with their OC. Not all can game manage. Okay. Nando says, game changers, Joe Montana, Steve Young, Air McNair, game managers, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Brad Johnson, Matt Ryan, in my opinion.
He's not wrong though. He named some tier one type quarterbacks.
He did, but I don't know that I would call Tom Brady like Brad Johnson. Yes, game manager.
Bro, this man won 7 Super Bowls, bro. 7.
I would call Tom Brady.
See, by Terry's definition of game manager, none of them are game managers.
Well, no.
So here,
Brad Johnson.
Is Nick Foles a game manager?
Yes, he is. Brad Johnson was a game manager. I don't know
what separates Nick Foles from Tom Brady? if Nick Foles came in as a backup during a time when the starting quarterback was injured,
Because
and
he
then he
didn't
won
do
the
it
Super Bowl.
because he didn't do it consistently. Because he didn't throw for 10, 12, however many thousand yards. Because when it's fourth and whatever,
But he
no,
wasn't in the game then. When he
my
was in the game, he went off.
my point is
Is
consistent.
Gardner Minshew a game manager?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
That's
100%.
that's tough.
So let me ask you let me ask you guys this question. Matt Ryan threw for the eighth most yards at one point. I don't know if he's still number 8. For the eighth most yards in league history ever. Drew Brees, again, one of the greatest quarterbacks ever.
Oh no, you ain't.
I gotta be honest. It is what it is.
Yeah, we hate the
You you
Saints, but
you
football's
you you.
football.
So you guys are telling me that if it's fourth down and whatever, and Drew Brees is in there, and you're not putting the game in their hands, because what I've come to understand, and again, there are no wrong answers, right? There are no wrong answers. So Eric, you're right, I'm right, whatever. These are opinions, but in context to what I've understood as game manager, because again, I didn't make up the term. From what I understood as game manager, hey, Brad Johnson, just don't screw it up. You got arguably one of the best defenses in the world ever. Just don't screw it up. Who was the quarterback for the Ravens who won a Super Bowl in 2000?
Flacco.
No. 2000, bro.
Come on, Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco.
No, the first one, that's 2012, y'all.
Are you talking about
Oh,
what's his name? Damn.
We can't even think of his name. Game manager. Okay. That's all. And look, no disrespect to him, but he had arguably
Flacco was the game manager.
he was. I'm not gonna
But,
say
but Tom Brady's the game manager. He's just an elite game manager. He's the greatest game manager ever. He's
okay.
managing the game.
Okay.
Is he not the leader on offense?
How about the Falcons though?
Yeah, hey, whatever, man. Let's let's just move on. We're it is what it is, man. Let's just move on. All right, guys. So let's look at these positions we got. What we're gonna do today is just run through the position groups, and if you guys think it's dire, like when you look at what we have, if you think it's dire that we draft from that, then we'll talk about it. We got Bijan Robinson, we got Brian Robinson, we got Tyler Goodwin. Those are the two new additions. We got Carlos Washington Jr. and Nathan Carter. I honestly don't see the Falcons. I don't see the need there to draft a running back. I don't see them doing it. But Eric and Jack, give me your thoughts on it.
Didn't you draft the running back last week?
Did I draft a running back last week? Yeah, but that was before we signed Tyler Goodwin. I sure did. Look at this. Man, okay. That was before we signed Tyler Goodwin. Listen, I remember everything. What do you think, Eric? Do you think we're going to draft a running back in the draft or no?
Nah, definitely not.
I don't think so either. What about you, Jack?
I think you have a healthy list of competition right here going into camp. Outside of Bijan and Ryan Robinson, you got Tyler Goodwin fighting with Carlos Washington and Nathan Carter. And for that, you don't need to waste your pick on a running back. I would be surprised if they do, but you don't need to waste your pick on a running back right now. You got other fish to fry.
Okay. Let's look at the wide receiver group. We got Drake London, Chris Blair, Dylan Drummond, Casey Washington, Devin Tompkins, Jahan Dotson, and Olamide Zaccheaus. I definitely think we need to draft a wide receiver. 100%. Because after the top three, and again, I like Chris Blair. Let's give him a chance, but I just, I don't know the rest of these guys. Well, I think we need to draft a receiver. At least one, if not two. Eric, Jack, give me your thoughts, guys. What are we thinking?
I don't think so. I don't see a top wide receiver sliding down that far. So need nah, maybe if somebody slides down that far, but again, I don't see it. But I think maybe if somebody slides down that far, they might look at them then. But what top receiver is sliding to the second round? Usually, when you got a top receiver, they're going at the beginning of the first round.
Yeah, I'm thinking Zachariah Branch could be their second or third, and I've seen the kid play. I like him. Jack, I'm sorry, Eric, you about to say?
Um,
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay, Jack, what you got?
Looking at this wide receiver group, I'm still standing on it. You know, I rock with you, E. This one I'm going to have to disagree with. Looking at the wide receiver room, I'm not sold on anything outside of Drake London, Dotson, or Zacchaeus, and
Right.
I'm really cool with Chris Blair too. And I think he's been grinding hard and working in the offseason. He's working with Mohamed Sanu right now, and hopefully he does get his opportunity to show the NFL and the Atlanta Falcons what he can do. But Dylan Drummond and Devin Tompkins was two guys that we pretty much brought up last year, you know, in the midst of a wide receiver breakdown where we had a bunch of guys that were injured and we had to, you know, find guys to step up off the streets. And for that, I don't know if they're reliable enough to continue on. Casey Washington, since he's been drafted, hasn't won the hearts of many fans either. And for that, if you do decide to go wide receiver, you got the young man from Tennessee, who's been projected in the second round, Brazel. You got Zachariah Branch, who we did the mocks last night with Big Low Country. Branch was on the board right there at 48. If you decide to go take that route, you got Ted Hurst from University of Georgia State. You got the young man from Connecticut too as well. The kid Rice from Louisville was another guy to look at. Even Trey Lance, little brother from North Dakota State, could be a possible fit. But you got to add some depth here. You just can't go into the season with just the five wide receivers. Now, on the flip side of it, Ian Cunningham did mention today that the second half of free agency is about to begin for the Falcons. So it's possible that they could go get a Curtis Samuel. They could go get a Marquez Valentin Shantling or some of these guys that have played in the NFL that could create some competition in that wide receiver room. But I don't think they're done at wide receiver. To know that this is the wide receiver group that we're going into the season with, kind of nervous about. Outside of just your top three that we know has, you know, produced in this league. Dotson, Alameda, and Drake London. Everybody else, I mean, that's camp competition battles. Hell, at this point, you might as well just bring back Cordell Hodge. You know, if you're
Yeah.
looking for a guy that can help out with special teams, be a fourth or a fifth wide receiver, I do think you might want to take a look for Falcons. You know, if they're listening to this podcast, might want to take a look at the draft for a wide receiver.
Okay. Chat, if you guys think we need to draft a wide receiver, drop a one. If you're like, nah, we're good, drop a two. Let us know. Falcons riddle. We have arrived at the first one.
Can we stay on the wide receiver for a second? When
Sheesh.
Man, of course
if we do, you think we should draft the wide receiver with our first pick?
Not the
and-
not
go
the
ahead.
first pick. Not the first pick for me. I think there's different routes that they can go. If they decide to slide back in the second round, it's very possible that they can get Zachariah Branch if they slide back. But if they want to go interior defensive lineman, and there's going to be a couple guys on the board, if they go outside linebacker due to the James Pierce situation, and the last two guys they brought in that fans are happy about via free agency, they've been injured the past couple years, so they're not really like super reliable to say that these guys are going to be, you know, tier one status. But I think you could get a wide receiver second or third round. And there's some decent ones that had a pretty good RAS score, PFF score, combine, and pro days. Even when we did our draft last night, you know, Giovanni Bernard from Alabama was still on the board too as well. Like there's a couple guys that possibly could fit what the Falcons need. You don't have
In
to
the
pay him
third?
much. Huh?
In the third?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You can get a guy in the third. I mean, there's a couple positions. If T-Will keeps going over the roster, there's a couple spots that fans will say, I'm kind of 50-50 on. I think
Right.
running back is not one of them. Quarterback's not one of them. Tight end is not one of them.
But wide receiver.
Safety is not one of them. Maybe interior defensive lineman, depends on who else they go sign in free agency.
Yeah.
The James Pierce situation is tough to look at. You got to get somebody next to Divine Diablo due to Troy Anderson's injury, and of course J.D. Bertram fans are not too happy about. Channing Tindall from Georgia, go Dogs. I mean, he's a solid player, but he's been playing special teams the past 4 years.
Right.
So just to plug and play him in the middle to get 30, 40 snaps next to Didi. They're trying to. I think that's why they brought in so many of these outside linebackers. Like Jeff Ulbrich said, you got to get 3 or 4 players to do what Caden Ellis did.
Yeah.
And that's why they're trying to go after these Aziz Ajaris and Samson Ebukhan. Those guys are not bad, but they've been dealing with some injuries. Christian Harris too as well.
Right.
So you possibly could be looking at, we have to still keep weapons in this offense. And, I'm not too big on it, but if the fans that I keep talking to say, hey, we're trading Pitts, well, you definitely need some more offense out there because Austin Hooper, chances are, is not going for 1,000 yards. And
Right.
everybody talks about this Kevin Stefanski 2-3 tight end set. Well, that means Austin Hooper quickly moves into your number one if you trade Kyle Pitts. And we've seen the numbers on Austin Hooper's. They declined right after he left the Falcons. And he became a pass blocking tight end.
Well, now in 2024 he did have 50 catches, but they just didn't throw to him last year for whatever.
His 4 best years was with the Falcons.
No, agreed.
Right.
But what I'm saying is he has not declined that much to like a 20, catch tight end. He's
not negative in a way where it's.
I'm not saying he's replacing Kyle, Jack. I'm just saying
Pitts when it comes to receiving.
Right. He's not at the point where you just he's not. Who's our other guy that is
Charlie Warner, who's your other blocker?
Right. He's not Charlie Warner-esque.
So that's your 3 tight end set that I was explaining to a lot of people the other day in this Discord. If you're going to have this 3 tight end set, Austin Hooper and Charlie Warner can create a lot of max protection up front because they're very good blockers.
Yeah.
And Austin Hooper's rookie year and his second year and third year, I mean, we're talking about Kyle Shanahan years. We're not talking, this is Tommy Reese. So Kyle Pitts would have to be in a role where if these 2 guys are blocking, Kyle Pitts becomes your extra receiver. Now you got Drake, Kyle Pitts, and Dotson. Drake, Kyle Pitts, and Olamide with Bijan. They're going to run this heavy single back, the stretch zone type of run. And Kyle Pitts, you don't want him out there blocking if you got 2 better blockers out there with him. I mean, he has to get his hands dirty. But if I'm looking at my tight ends and I see Charlie Warner and Austin Hooper, you guys are coming in to block. You guys might be my 3rd option or 4th option, but I'm not looking at Austin Hooper on 1st and 10.
No, I'm not saying that. But what you could do is you could run passes out of 3 tight end sets. That's what Austin Hooper gives you. And I don't think. I mean, we don't know, but what I'm saying is Austin Hooper is still capable of a 50 reception year.
Is Austin Hooper
that's tough. That's tough, T. Will. That's very tough to say. A 50 reception year for Austin Hooper.
He just did it in 2024.
He did it. He did it with Drake May, and Drake May is a passing type of quarterback. Drake May was efficient. He did it with a quarterback that had Mike Vrabel as well. Behind there, couple of these plays.
Did he not do it? Is what I'm saying. He did it, right?
He did.
Okay, so he's capable of doing it. Right? That's all I'm saying. He's capable of doing it. In no way am I saying he is Kyle Pitts-esque. I'm not saying that. I'm saying he can give you 50.
Yeah, Jay, it's kind of like Nick Foles. Nick Foles did it, but he's not capable.
All right. Well, we got to go.
I forgot. Hooper's a game manager.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, this is a Falcons. Here's a clue. This is a Falcons receiver from the 90s.
You still going over the rest of the roster though when you get a chance?
Yeah, if y'all stop talking, I can.
Sheesh.
Yeah. You ready? Are you guys ready?
Yeah, you're not being a very good game manager here. Go ahead.
Whatever. All right. Whatever. Ain't nobody thinking about you, Eric Parker. I wore the red and black in the mid-90s flight. Not the biggest name, but I still made plays when the moment was right. I lined up outside, stretching the field with speed, not always the star, but a reliable piece you'd need. I wasn't the flash like Ryzen, or the headlines you chase, but I helped move the chains and kept defenses in place. I played my role while others got the fame. Falcon fans, can you remember my name? Who am I? Again, played in the 90s. Okay. May have played with Andre Rison. What you got, chat? You guys got that. We'll give you 30, 45 seconds. Let's get to this. So Pandemic says you got to bring in competition.
Not Terrence Moore.
No. You mean Terrence Mathis?
My bad, Terrence Mathis. The other receiver.
That's not him.
Think about other receiver on the other side of Terrence Mathis.
No. Think about Rison. Nando says 1 and 2, 1 draft 2 wide receivers, so he agreed with me. Fandemic says 1, you got to bring in competition, but we can very well hit the draft hard for a wide receiver. Jordan says Austin Hooper's replacing Kyle Pitts.
Stop it, Jordan. You stop it right now.
He does need to stop.
You stop it right now. You go think about that.
He's gaslighting. Then he says Austin Hooper might get 100 catches. Then he says Joshua Simon. Oh no, it's Nando. Joshua Simon can be our number 1 tight end. We need a true zero technique D tackle. Cornerback 2 is a great need on the roster as well. Agreed. Jordan says Coolio, have no idea what he's talking about. And Jordan says Ian Cunningham just came out and said the Falcons are focusing on the draft and free agency before worrying about extensions for Bijan and Drake London.
Cool. Right. And that's true, because I'm glad you said that, because I know of a move they're about to sign this week. I already know about it. I already know.
Oh, Jordan says Coolio is the answer to the riddle. No, it's not. Hey, anybody got an answer? Because if you don't, it is, drum roll, please, Michael Haynes. Michael Haynes was the
answer. Got me there, T. Will.
Yeah, he got me with that one. I remember him, but yeah. I did not think of that, but yeah, that was a good one.
I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. All right, tight ends. To Jack's point, I don't think we need any tight ends. We got Kyle Pitts, we got Charlie Warner, we got Joshua Simon, we got Austin Hooper. And they look, Austin and Charlie can both block. Go ahead, Jack.
Because you're going to go to camp with 90 people, you're going to bring in an undrafted free agent tight end. You probably got to bring in 2 more.
Of course. Because
you got to get to that 90 camp roll. There are going to be some guys who might beat Joshua Simon out on a practice squad spot. But don't forget, that Teagan Quarantino guy last year, when we had problems, it's a couple people that were injured, and Charlie Warner was banged up a player or 2. They even brought Teagan in. Yeah. So that 4th tight end might be an option too as well, knowing that you run so much heavy packages with your 3 tight end set. So that could be very well of an option that they go to a game where there's 4 tight ends on the roster and, 5 wide receivers, however they're going to run that type of 53-man. But it's very much possible you can see a game where all 4 tight ends are active.
You think they'll keep 5 tight ends on the roster?
Not on the roster, but you got to have some on practice squad too. You got to have at least – Joshua Simon was the only tight end on the practice squad last year. Teagan hadn't made it because he's a special teams guy, but they didn't play Teagan much. But when when Warner got banged up, here comes Teagan.
Yeah, I don't know.
And Felipe Franks was listed as a tight end too, and he played too.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, they might keep 5. They might keep 5 because
you use one on special team.
Yeah.
The good thing about it is you can keep the 5, and especially with having 6 corners or however many corners are going to go with during the game. During the week, you can easily find out a corner has been, deactivated and Joshua Simon has been activated. Could have getting ready to run some type of scheme or some type of offense that they need Joshua Simon for. But that wear and tear on these tight ends is going to be very important to have those backups ready.
Yeah, that's true. Offensive lineman, guys, it came out that McGarry may not be ready for training camp. He may or may not be ready. Eric, Jack, you guys think it's possible that we go and get an offensive tackle in the draft? And looking at, or are you comfortable with what we have here, which is, Obviously, our starting five: Jake Matthew, Matthew Bergeron, Ryan Uziel, Chris Lindstrom, Caleb McGarry. Then you got Andrew Stuber, Kyle Hinton, Jack Nelson, Michael Jarrell, Storm Norton, and Corey Levin. And Storm Norton should be healthy this year. But what do you think, Eric? You think this means the news with McGarry? You think this means we go out and get a tackle in the draft? Give me your thoughts.
I think that's possible.
Okay.
I think with Jake up there in age, you're gonna need a replacement for Jake in a minute. So I think that's possible.
Okay. All right, Jack.
I mean, not even to the point of the 90-man roster that they're going to have to fill up with undrafted free agents, but look at those offensive linemen. You're definitely bringing in an offensive lineman in the draft. Now, here's the thing: how many offensive linemen did we just sign in free agency?
We signed one, Corey Levin.
You best believe they're going to go get somebody in the draft.
Right.
Okay.
They're going to
Okay.
go get somebody. Now, the closest two people I can think of, and I'm just being respectful here, would be Bergeron's situation. Matter of fact, three people. Well, I think Corey Levin might battle it out with New Zealand. I don't think they would go draft a center. They can draft an offensive guard center, but I do think an offensive guard over there on Bergeron's side is his spot. It could be up for grabs too as well. Also, I think he's coming up on contract year too. So just like Drew Dahlman that got his, move on and New Zealand came in, I do think they can go offensive guard. Caleb McGarry's situation, Storm Norton's situation last year is very much so possible. You have to go get an offensive guard who can play center or an offensive tackle who can play both sides. Good thing about it is Jake Matthews has been consistent. He's been healthy. I think he's going on a career-long game starts. So that's heavy for the Falcons that this guy's able to play over 170-something games with us, without hitting the bench. This offensive line could be something, man. But I do think we are drafting an offensive lineman or two in this draft.
Okay. All right. Let's get the defensive line. We got Brandon Dorlus, Ruka Rororo, Zach Harrison, Elijah Garcia, Ben Steele, LaCale London, Deshaun Hand, and Chris Williams.
Where's the Cameron Thomas guy from the Cleveland Browns?
He's an edge. These are just tackles and inside. Yeah.
Oh, you're going okay. Yeah, I think interior defensive lineman. Okay.
Yeah. So we've added Deshaun Hand and Chris Williams. Do you guys think it's possible that we go D tackle? I'm gonna say in the second round. Jack, let's start with you.
It's funny. There's a player in this draft who I think the mocks got him wrong from what the mocks I've been seeing. Jacob Rodriguez from Texas Tech. I think it's Texas Tech or Texas A&M. Texas Tech. This kid right here, like, he's probably going to go in the first round. But James Pierce Jr. situation, if they decide to go edge or decide to go outside linebacker, I wouldn't be surprised seeing his situation he's dealing with. Don't know if the NFL is going to suspend him. Also, you got to deal with the other players that's on the edge that, are dealing with injury. We picked them up through free agency. But if you want to go inside and get a big pretty, like you guys have mentioned before,
Big pretty.
You got to get the right mauler. And as you can see from last night, with the projection of the mocks that we were doing, some of these names are projected to go in the second round and third round, like the kid from Florida State, Darrell Jackson, the kid from Iowa State, Dominique Orange, like the dude from Alabama too as well. Like, it's possible you can go add another guy in that interior defensive front. Is it bigger than no Diddy? Is it bigger than the wide receiver position when it comes to the draft?
I mean,
it could
be. It could be. Eric, give me your thoughts.
Yeah, I think we would go there before we would wide receiver to answer Jack's question.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's definitely possible.
Eric, I got a question for you. I'm gonna see if you can guess it. Eric, we used to talk about these two offensive linemen all the time because they were mean. They were mean. They were mean as hell, and we have had many laughs about these dudes. I'm gonna give you a hint, okay? The whistle oftentimes did not end the play for these two offensive lines. They had to give you a little extra. You know who I'm talking about, Eric?
Sam Baker and Todd McClure.
Close. No, wait. No. Eric, you don't know what I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
Oh my, Tyson Clabo.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I
who,
met him. Did I tell you I met him?
you did. But who is his buddy on the offensive line? Harvey Dahl.
Say what?
Dahl. They were mean.
Keenan Forney.
Harvey Dahl.
Oh, Harvey Dahl. Oh yeah, Harvey Dahl. Yeah, Harvey Dahl, man.
And Clabo. There were so many times where the whistle kept going and they just kept pushing the guy line. Like that's the kind of offensive lineman and or defensive lineman. You need at D tackle, you need somebody to just wake up mean. They just wake up in a bad mood. They
Hey, he was cool as hell off the field though. When I met him, he was a cool dude. Like he I guess he took out all his anger when he was on the field. Cause he was mean as hell on the field.
Oh my god. I'm not calling him Ndamukong Suh, but I tell you what, bro, that whistle didn't always stop him. Like they were. You need linemen like that. You know what I mean? Like they just arrive in a bad mood. I like my D tackles like that, and I like all my offensive linemen with attitude. Like they just want to run you over and dominate you. But yeah, Jack, Eric, I agree. I think we will get a D tackle, and I think it is sorely needed.
Did you answer the offensive lineman?
Yeah, we did.
I said you.
Did I? I thought I did, but if I didn't, I don't. You know what? If we do, it'll probably be 5th round. I don't think it'll be because you got Storm Norton, who is
coming back from injury.
Well, but he's still a pretty good backup.
He's coming back from injury.
He is, but he's still a pretty good backup. So I'd say maybe 5th round. I don't know that's and look at I think they'll do it? They probably will, but I don't know that's your 2nd round pick, right? I'm not guaranteeing anything. I'm just saying.
We're also making a very hard guess here, knowing that Ian Cunningham said today that the second part of free agency is not done. So tomorrow they could go out and sign 3 offensive linemen. And it's like, oh snap! But yeah, I think we are talking pretty good going, into the future about what they can do in the draft off of what we see right now.
Yeah. No, that's a great point, Jack. Thank you for that. Falcons Jeopardy. We'll do one because we got a lot to cover. So we won't do all 3 questions. But clue: this Pro Bowl tight end was a favorite target in the Falcons offense during the mid-2000s and was known for his physical style of play. Remember, it's Jeopardy. So in the form of a question, Jack, who is it, sir? Jack, don't you get quiet on me.
Tony Gonzalez.
Mid 2000s, Jack. Mid 2000s.
Algie Crumpler.
Yes. Very good. Algie Crumpler. Indeed. Yeah.
That's the homie.
That's who is King Tut. Stop it. All right, guys. Linebacker. Now, 138%. We need a linebacker. And I have no issues if we go in the 2nd round because if you look at who we have, if you just take a look, you got Devon Diablo, who I love. Mama, there go that man again, number 40. I'm not going to mention the name, but no. You got Malik Verdon. You got Troy Anderson, who half the time isn't here. You got Christian Harris, and you got Channing Tindall, who's basically been special teams. I am good in the hood if we pick up a linebacker in the second round. Eric, your thoughts? Like,
Yeah, I agree.
immediate need. Go ahead, brother. What'd you say? I'm sorry.
I think, yeah, I agree. We definitely need a linebacker.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple of them.
Yeah. Agreed.
But then, just like you said,
yeah,
we're not finished in free agency yet, so we don't know where we're going with this. But as of what we're looking at right now, yeah, we definitely need a linebacker.
138%. 130. I wouldn't mind if we traded up in the first round to get a linebacker. Looking at what we have now. So I agree. Jack, how you feeling about this linebacker section? Jack Spade?
Yeah, my bad. I was dealing with something. Yeah. Linebacker.
Yeah.
Definitely going to pick up a linebacker in this draft. I think it's up there with the situation of wide receiver and possibly offensive line, because look at this list. Didi's going on his contract year now. Ain't nobody too hype about JD Bertrand, respectfully. I've heard a lot of people get really upset last season. Malik Vernon, too, as well. We haven't been able to see. Troy Anderson's coming back from a serious injury. Christian Harris played some games. He also was injured, too, as well recently. So we got a couple players to worry about. But also, if Divine Diablo decides he don't want to, stay here next year, then at least if we draft a rookie a rookie inside linebacker this year, we have a guy that we can work with for the next couple of years. And we already got Jalen Walker and James Pierce Jr. I mean, if they can draft the right linebacker too as well, like Jacob Rodriguez is a guy to worry about. Even if I would be totally surprised if the Falcons would move up to go get C.J. Allen. If C.J. Allen drops to the end of the first round, or he's projected to go first, but if he somehow drops, if there's some draft night, superstitions going on, or whatever, and he drops, where I can see the Falcons making a move for a guy like C.J. Allen. He fits the defense perfectly for what we need, especially sitting next to Divine Diablo. But that's the problem right now. Outside of DD, you're not trusted in that area.
Amen. 3 times. Amen. Jack, Eric, if it's me, I'm signing Divine Diablo. I'm not letting him go.
Wouldn't it be an expensive deal either? That'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All 5 games that he missed last year, we lost. I'm gonna leave that right there.
Yeah, you could really see that he was not in the game when he was in the game.
I mean,
so,
and respectfully,
significant drop off.
Right. I agree with Eric.
Yeah,
definitely agree with Eric.
Agreed. Jay Black says, "What up, Jack and T? Well, what up, Jay Black?" Jay Black says, "Ian will surprise us in this draft in a good way." I hope so. Jay Black. All right, let's get to edge rushers. So we got Jalen Walker, JPJ for half the season, hopefully. Braylon Trice, if he's healthy. Azeez Ojulari, Samson Ebukam, and Cam Thomas. Guys, do you think we're going to go edge in the draft? And Eric, let's start with you. Give me your thoughts.
I personally don't think we're going edge in the draft. I think that's why he was signing so many free agents.
Okay.
I don't think we're going edge in the draft. I don't know if maybe they get because I think Pierce's court date is in a couple of days, or the chance to
it's like April 7th or something, man.
For the plea deal. So maybe if that doesn't work, then they go edge. But I don't think so.
Okay. All right. That's fair. Jack, did I ask you, or I can't even? Did I ask you, Jack?
No.
Give me your thoughts, Jack.
If they keep, let's just say they keep the same 5 picks this year, which I don't think is going to happen. But if they go only pick 5 players this year and keep the same amount of picks, no trade backs, none of that stuff, they probably won't go edge. I see them probably grabbing one through free agency or making this second half of the signings that Ian Cunningham mentioned. I'd love to see if they do bring in the edge. Because there's a couple people out there that I'm sure, have been contacted, and it's easy for them to schedule an interview, meet with some of these free agents. But you got to bring some competition in the room. Everybody's heavy on Dorless. Not Dorless. Jalen Walker, and of course, Aziz Ajari. But we don't know the status of James Pierce Jr. right now. Of course, if he does come back, he's going to add to this defense. Berlin Trice hasn't played in 2 years. Cameron Thomas is coming over playing from Kevin Stefanski. So you just got to add to most of your positions. If they go with 5 picks, I don't see them getting edge. If they trade back and get 7 picks or 8 picks, I can see them getting another edge just in case for competition. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on that situation right there.
Okay, we appreciate you, brother. As you are plugged in and usually give us wise counsel, so we appreciate that. All right, we got
I think they're going to sign somebody this week though.
for corner
No, I think they're going to sign another
for edge.
Edge.
Okay.
Is this the position that you know what's going to happen already?
No. I would be playing the lotto if I know that.
Jack, I love the way you avoided that trap that my brother set for you. Well played. I love that.
Yeah, I've been trying to squeeze information out of Jack for years. I knew he was going to dodge that.
All right,
nah,
guys.
man, we just talking Falcons. Man.
Hey, man, we got a bunch of corners, but are you guys in love with all these guys? Pause. I don't know, man.
Hey, man, do not get Kobe on this show going off on us. We have competition at corner right here.
You're right. We do, but I mean, I'm just saying, like one of those big hosses, man, like a big 6'2", 6'3" corner, maybe second round. Like, because I mean, again, I think Mike Ford is special teams player at this point. You know what I mean? I don't know about Clark Phillips. I mean, you guys think we could take a corner second round, or give me your thoughts? Obviously, we love Kobe. So, Kobe, if you watch the show, we love you. I don't want the smoke, Kobe. I don't want it. But Eric, give me your thought. You think we could take a like somebody opposite AJ that's a lockdown corner and a biggin? Like,
yeah. Yeah, I can see it, but add to the competition.
Yeah.
Well, I could definitely see it.
Yeah,
I think Kobe beats him though.
Okay. Honestly, I think Kobe is an up and comer, but Kobe's gonna have to put on some weight, man. Kobe's gonna have to put on some weight.
Hey, when you've seen Kobe since last year, he might have.
I know. I'm just saying he's gonna have to put on some weight, man, to hit some of these cornerbacks.
Kobe had his first NFL offseason. He might come in with a little weight on.
He needs to, because if you're gonna hit some of these running backs, man, some of these boys, you will tear your shoulder up, man. So yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think we could go corner second round. Jack, thoughts? You think we go corner second round? Or are you good with our corner situation now?
Respectfully, I'm just gonna have to decline that, boys. I'm gonna have to disagree. I think the Falcons can, work around not picking a corner in the second round. I agree if you guys want to say they pick one in the draft, but my dire need of a position at number 48, if they're going with number 48, is bigger than corner right now.
Okay.
Especially with 10 in the building, and you know that 5 or 6 of them is already going to be on the roster with AJ Terrell, Billy Bowman, Mike Hughes, Mike Ford Jr. too as well. That's your special teams guy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the fight for 5 and 6 comes in. I do think they run 6 corners this year, which opens up opportunity for those last 2 spots. But that boy CJ Henderson bought out the last couple games of the year last year.
Mm.
You know, wouldn't mind see him, and he was a former first round pick too as well. Can you remove the comment on the screen real quick so I can see the
Sorry
other two
about that.
names?
I'm
You
sorry
good?
about
The Darnay Holmes guy, he could be a fit too as well. Possibly hit the sixth spot. Natron Brooks has been a guy who's been on the sideline before. AJ Woods don't know too much about. Clark Phillips is coming back from some injuries, but I think that might be your five. And then of course, if you draft a corner, you know now you're gonna have fans real geared up to see this guy play, which I do think they activate him. You know, eventually in the season. But year five is probably going to be AJ Terrell, Mike Hughes, Billy Bowman, Kobe Bryant, and that last spot probably Mike Ford Jr. If they go with the six, it's the battle for C.J. Henderson, A.J. Woods, Natron Brooks, Dayon Holmes, and of course, whoever they draft. So I need to see my number 48 pick on the field. And I think they go with a different spot for that spot. So if they draft a corner in the draft, I kind of believe it. Second round, I don't know. Not second round now.
that. Okay. And you're on to something. So, guys, being that this is a second
Well, I
round.
got my inside source.
Oh no. We got you. Per source.
Nah,
So
just joking. Just joking.
yeah, we got you. We got you, man. But being that this is a second round pick, and Jack, let's start with you, and then Eric, you can answer. Your pick 48. Does he have to start coming in the building?
He's gonna be on the field week one.
Yep.
He don't have to start, but the Falcons have played their draft picks all the way up to the damn seventh round in the past with the old regime. I wouldn't be surprised that what we're looking at right now with all these roster spots available, that we do go at least 4 out of the 5 or 6 picks on the field week one.
Okay.
But that number 48 pick needs to be on the field week one.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Jordan says linebacker, O lineman, inside D lineman, wide receiver, cornerback. Jay Black says I like Kobe, but they bring in some competition for cornerback. Cowboy says I agree with Jack. I'd be surprised if we go corner at 48. Jay Black says cornerback drafted in the late second round. Cowboy says I'm thinking we're going wide receiver first and then O line. Okay, fair enough.
The thing about it is, I really need, if I look up day 2 and Ian Cunningham has traded back and we've gained some picks, here comes those cornerbacks that we talked about. Here goes those extra edge rushers that we talked about. But the dire need right now, I think right now, is wide receiver. And they can get somebody in the second round who can play an inside position, a slot. You don't have to be a Drake London because he's not going to be getting paid like a Drake London eventually. But at least you know he'll be here for the next 2 to 3 years and be able to learn from Drake because Drake is the veteran in the locker room right now outside of Alameda Zacchaeus. But
Okay.
Drake is our hometown, leader in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Olamide Zacchaeus, he was here before and he left. Like Drake is our franchise guy. He's our Julio at this point. You know,
Okay.
so I think wide receiver is important, and I think that if they go interior defensive lineman, it'll be a defensive tackle. That's also very important too.
Okay. All right. Safeties. We got. Wait, Eric. I'm sorry. I my bad. Eric, your thoughts? Because I don't know if I asked you or not.
You already asked him.
Okay.
I agree with Jake, but yeah, go ahead.
I'm senility is taking over.
Nah, you good, man. It was kind of quick. Well,
yeah.
So it wasn't an in depth answer, but Jack pretty much touched everything. So I disagree with Jack. So it didn't seem like I answered it, but yeah, I was in line with Jack on that.
And we talked about this on this podcast before, T. Well, like put this in the fans' ear too. You sent the largest group of scouts and reps from the organization down to Georgia's pro day.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs. Like it's a big situation that you got some players at the University of Georgia that you can make a move for at 48. 1 being CJ Allen, 2 being Christian Miller, 3 being Zachariah Branch. Outside of that, Oscar Delp's going late 3rd, 4th round. So it's not like you're sending the whole Legion, the Legion of Boom down there from the Falcons straight down to Georgia to go watch a 4th and 5th round pick. Could be possible.
Right.
But, I do think one of those 3 guys could end up as a Falcon. Or even Delp is my my reserve. I think he could be a 4th person too as well. The Falcons were down to go see, but 48 could be a dog.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Gentlemen, how we feel about safety? We got Jesse Bates, Xavier Watts, DeMarco Helms, Jamie Robinson, Tysheen Johnson, and Sidney Brown. How are you guys feeling about and really Billy Bowman is low key another no, he was a slot. My bad. He was a slot. How are we feeling about
And
these
that
safeties?
I think that might be the deepest position that we have on the whole team. I'm loving the safety.
Okay. Jack?
um Falcons got a steal in the draft not too long ago with Xavier Woods.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be surprised in the second round if it was safety, third round if it was safety. Anywhere over that first 2 or 3 rounds, I don't know. Anything after a fourth round pick, yeah, I can see it happening, but it's not big on my draft board right now.
I don't
Okay.
I
see
think
a
the safety. I think the safeties are fine right now with who
yeah.
we got.
I honestly don't see us drafting a safety. Period. Maybe some undrafted free agents coming in as safety, but I really don't see it.
That's key to mention too with the undrafted free agents because there's been those de-offered moments out here
Right.
before, so you don't know what type of position. I mean, we don't know what type of position the Falcons could be looking for in that area. But I can't go safety too early in this draft. Later pick, 6th round pick, 7th round pick, I get it, competition. But I'm not too worried about the safeties on this level.
Okay. Okay. That's fair. Last but certainly not least, we got our special teams alignment. We got Liam McCullough, our longtime long snapper. Gil Thornton, which I believe is our placeholder. And Nick Folk as our kicker, and Jake Bailey as our punter. I don't know that we're going to add to this team.
That's your special teams right there.
Unit. Yeah, that's your special teams unit, except for the kick return. Does the running back that we signed? Jordan says punter and rapper. Shut up, Jordan. Ain't nobody think about you, Jordan. So, what's that? Who's going to be our kick returner, guys?
I think you'd have to look to what they tried to do last year. They tried to put Natron Brooks in special. I remember back in camp, they had Natron Brooks back there a few times. If he was to make the roster, that could be a guy to look for. The running back Goodson too as well. Dotson too as well. I'm sure with Dotson's size, you don't want to get him hurt, especially taking those special team hits. But he could be a guy to look at. Or you got that boy Zachariah Branch from University of Georgia.
There you
He could
go.
play.
Go out.
You got some players to look at. That's just what I think. Go
Go out.
Dogs.
All right, man. Well, Jack, as we know, you are the host of One Time for the Fan and my teammate, and you do an excellent job with the podcast each and every week. And I wouldn't be here if it was not for you and Eric. So I can't do anything but thank you, man, and super excited. Now I know that I'm not going to put your business out there, but we may. You know what? Never mind. That's for you to say. Do me a favor. Tell these folks they can find you, Jack.
Yeah, man. One Time for the Fan. We outside Sunday nights at 8, Wednesday nights at 8. Breakfast at One Time for the Fan, man. Friday mornings 9 a.m. Got a lot coming up for you all. We'll talk to you all Wednesday night, or we might do a pop-up show tomorrow, depending on if the Falcons get, active and the rest of this free agency. But, we talk Falcons over at One Time for the Fan on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Podcasts, like everywhere, Facebook, YouTube. We just everywhere. So if you like the show, give us some feedback. Tell us what you think. T Will's on there too as well. Carrie's on there. Big shout out to Carrie. And big shout out to
Shout out
Bodie
to
3000 too
Gary
as well.
and Bodie.
Yeah, so we got a lot going on, and hope everybody just enjoys the evening. This was a great talk about the Falcons, and I enjoyed it. Eric, big shout out to you too as well. Jumping in this content creator space, man, we're gonna have some great times this year, especially with the Falcons having a winning season. So, big shout out to Eric, man. T. Will, thank you for hosting this great show of yours,
Man,
man.
you don't have to thank me, Jack. You got a standing invitation whenever I go live. Don't do that. You already know. Anytime I go live, man, you are welcome. So that ain't no problem. Jack, also, you have the dubious distinction of being one of the only content creators that I know to reach 1,000 subs going primarily live. So congrats to that. I know you're at damn near 1,200 now. If not, I think you are at 1,200. But again, just congrats on that. Being a content creator myself, I know how hard and rare that is. So, hey, man, shout out to you. Congratulations. And keep on doing your thing. Brother Eric, tell these folks where they can find you, my guy.
Find me here Monday at 6:30 and section 101 in the Bean.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And you guys see us, me and Eric going back and forth. This guy is like, he's the eyes behind my head that I don't have. Okay, so that's my brother. I love my brother. I know he loves me. He's just wrong sometimes, and I have to let him know.
I'm never wrong. That's why he's saying that. I'm never wrong.
He doesn't like to admit it, but that's okay. That's why Big Brother got you. So no, it's all good, man. Hey, to everybody who joined us in the chat, thank you guys so much. We just love talking Falcons with y'all. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world. And hey, man, you guys came and joined us, and we appreciate that. I can't thank you enough. If you want to check your boy T Will out, you can do that at. That's not how you check T Will out. Oh, did I leave that off? I think I did leave that off. Oh, well. Anyway, you can check me out at For My ATL Sports 1. If you're into the sports, we do Hawks, Braves, Falcons, mainly Falcons, but we do Hawks and Braves as well. And sometimes Dogs, go Dogs. If you love the movies and the TV shows, check out me and Jordan, who's also my partner, and we do a lot of MCU content every Saturday. We do it every day now. But check us out at For My ATL Movies on YouTube. And guys, I'm gonna clown Jordan for a second. What? You know what? I don't know. Eric, have you ever seen any of the James Bond movies?
Yeah.
Jack, have you ever seen any of the James Bond movies?
Yeah, I seen a lot of those. Yeah.
Okay. Jordan
they make another one too as well.
James Bond movie. Jordan has never seen a James Bond movie. Never.
Well, he's a Saints fan.
I was just going to say that Jordan's a Saints fan. We don't expect much of Jordan.
Respectfully.
Oh man. What he says, he says Terry only gives standing ovations. You aren't allowed to sit. Whatever. I've seen James Bond, Jordan. What about you? Hey, man, we'll see you guys next week. Thank God for waking me up. Thank God for these two gentlemen. Thank God for y'all. Y'all have a great day. Good night, everybody.
ATL. Through the highs and the heartbreaks, we still stand. Dirty birds forever. Let's get it. Year after year, we've been riding through the storm. Red and black in my veins, that loyalty was sworn. We don't fold, we don't run, even when the pain hits. Cause every loss just reminds us what greatness is. We show up cold nights or the Georgia sun. Cause every Sunday we believe that our time gon' come. We ain't perfect, but we faithful and we never switch. We the city of the A, yeah, we built for this. We don't need pretty words, just heart on the field we deserve. Put the work in, earn that glory. Bring our city back to the story. We'll ride till the wheels fall off. We ain't never gonna break. Win or lose, we stand tall for the A. You can doubt us, talk loud, but we still hold steady. Cause we here and we faithful and we always ready. It's the dirty, prove the dirty. If you bout it, then prove the dirty. We'll believe when you fight for the city.